Hi, I'm Robert Osborne. We're in the midst of this month's TCM guest programmer lineup, and I'm joined by Simon Helberg, the man in charge of each of the films we're bringing you right now. We're delighted that Simon's taken some time off from playing Howard Wolowitz on CBS's The Big Bang Theory to talk about some of his favorite movies. Welcome back, Simon.
Thanks for having me.
Now, unlike his last two movie selections, Simon's third one is a romantic drama, maybe one of the best ever made. It's Brief Encounter, from 1945, directed by David Lean, based on a play by Noel Coward called Still Life. This is so different from your other choices.
Yeah.
When did you discover this movie?
Well, I guess I came to it by way of comedy, just Noel Coward, studying him, and I love his plays, and he was such an unbelievable genius, and I had really only been familiar with his farces, I guess, and his stage stuff. So there was a retrospective, and when I heard that he made a movie with David Lean, I thought that there was a typo, and there wasn't. It was I saw this on the big screen for the first time, so I couldn't believe how beautiful it was.
Right.
Yeah, I was shocked that there was that collaboration between those two.
It's one of the great things about Noel Coward, actually, that he could be so witty and brittle and superficial and all those kind of wonderful things in his comedies, and yet do something like this.
Yeah, to team up with, this epic director to tell such a beautifully small, intimate tale is so, it's sort of like an epic story with very small proportions or something,
And an interesting cast, Celia Johnson, whom a lot of people don't know.
Yeah, I was unfamiliar.
But she's one of the great British actresses at that time. Yeah,
and it's so, also to have a story of an affair from a female perspective at that time, I assume, was somewhat...
and it's really kind of a daring story, too, because you're really talking about two people committing adultery and everything like that, yet you're very sympathetic to them because it's told in such a gentle, small way, and they're not flashy people. They're really sweet people that kind of get thrown together in a situation. And
I think it's a very challenging thing to tell a story of adultery or people that are sort of transgressing in that way and be able to empathize with them the entire time. And you really do. I think partially because so much of it is in her head as a confession, that she's torn up about this. And so many of these great love stories, I realize, the people don't necessarily end up together, and they may not even be right together. It's just, but that's part of the tragedy of it. And it's also just beautifully shot. And
great music score too.
And Rachmaninoff is not a bad guy to have on your team.
Yeah, have him at the piano if you
can.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, let's see the movie. You set it up very well. Here, a movie released in Britain in 1945, first shown in the U.S. in 1946. Really beautiful movie. Here's Brief Encounter.